Good afternoon. It's Kimball Sargent here. Isn't it a beautiful day outside today? I'm really loving the sun and feeling good. And I'm really excited. This is week 7 of our class, teaching you how to live well in a sick world. And tomorrow, our state of North Carolina is going to start the first phase of getting out in this pandemic. And so I was thinking about what would be the most beneficial for you today. Well, one of the things that's so important is nutrition and diet. And the things that we eat can make a huge difference in diseases we get and how our immune system and all is strengthened. So I wanted to talk to you today about antioxidants. You probably heard a lot about them. I think most of the time when people think of antioxidants, they think of blueberries and raspberries and all kinds of fruits. And there are both man made and there are natural antioxidants. And we're going to be talking about the natural antioxidants. And I want to say that I really believe that the natural antioxidants are the way that you should go. We really don't know what our bodies do with synthetics. I don't think they do very well with it. Our bodies were created just like the fruits and everything that we have around, and it knows what to do with that. So, what do antioxidants do? Well, they prevent and delay damage um, for to cells and help cells recover. Now, you hear a lot about that today because all of us want to look youthful, and so antioxidants are great for our skin. They're great for our insides, really for everything. So, where do you get the natural antioxidants? Well, from fruits and vegetables. Um, Researchers have shown that just by having a diet that has a lot of antioxidants in it, that you will lower your risk of many diseases. So you probably want to know how that works. Our bodies have a lot of free radicals, which are really positive charge, and we get those all kinds of ways. We get them. They're created when we exercise, when you work out at home, when you work out at the gym, then that creates free radicals. Also, when you eat food and it's converted to energy, that creates free radicals. But there's also a lot of environmental factors that affect that. One is cigarette smoke, and that's first and second hand. Air pollution. Well, we know that the air in your house is more polluted than the air outside of your house. Being out in sunlight, and we do want to be out in sunlight. We just don't want to be out too long. But being out in sunlight, so people that sun a lot, they have more problems. And free radicals can trigger cell damage through what we call oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is thought to play a role in many of the diseases, including cancer, heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, eye diseases like cataracts and macular degeneration. Antioxidants are there to help overcome these things. And what the government says is they have recognized that we need antioxidants in our diet. And I mean, who on this call would be interested to avoid some of those illnesses? Because isn't that what prevention really is about? Prevention is not about a diagnosis, a treatment, or a cure. Prevention is about giving your body the tools it needs to stay healthy. So the USDA uses a unit called ORAC units in order to measure the amount of antioxidants that each of us need each day. And I know that you've probably seen that term ORAC and you wonder what it means. Well, it's kind of a long phrase. It's oxygen radical absorbance capacity. And basically, what it's really measuring is how much antioxidants are in the fruit or the vegetable. Each fruit or vegetable is assigned a point value based on its ability to neutralize free radicals. So, when we talk about free radicals, your body's putting off all of these free radicals. What a free radical needs is it needs a negative charge to bind with it, and then it will take the free radical away. And so there are lots of different ways that you can do this, but the diet is a huge one, and fruits and vegetables that have this are huge. Now, what the USDA says is that the proper amount of ORAC units per day is 3,000 to 5,000. So if we're looking at something that supports your immune system and we're in the middle of a pandemic, you know that you want to err on that higher side, the 5,000. And what that will mean is it doesn't mean that you won't get sick, but what it means is that your body will be in a better position to fight off whatever comes to it. And there are fruits and vegetables that are really good sources, and we're going to talk about those. Now, when you start buying fruits and vegetables, there's something else we need to talk about, and that is the cleanliness of our food. And when I say cleanliness, I'm not talking about what you can just wash off. I'm talking about fruits and vegetables that have not been sprayed with pesticides and that are not GMO. These factors are huge in how your body is going to respond and what it gets. I mean, many pesticides have heavy metals in them. There was a research study a few years ago. And there were 16 boys. They were like 6 or 7 years old. And all of the boys tested positive for heavy metals. In that study, the only food that all of these boys had in common was apples. But they all ate apples. When they removed the apples from the boys' diet, all but one of the children in 3 days cleared for heavy metals. Now, fruits oftentimes, and particularly berries, will often be found after they're washed to have 1 to 2 pesticides still on them because of the way their skins are. So I really like purchasing directly from farmers who I know are not spraying their crops and don't do GMO. But if you can't do that, then I believe that the next best step is to buy things that are USDA organic. Now, there are some limitations to that, and I'm going to explain those to you. One of the positives is if you buy it and it has a USDA stamp for organic, you know that it's not GMO because they won't put that sticker on anything that is GMO. And in Europe, they don't use GMO products. Now, one of the limitations is that there are some chemicals that they don't test for, and glyphosate is one of those. And we know that it's used a lot in farming, but it does scan for others. So organic, if you can't get to the farmer, it may be your best option. Now, when you're buying fruits and vegetables, there's a way for you to think about how clean it's going to be. And you may have heard of the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. And each year these are updated. So I got the new list for 2020 that I wanted to share with you. So the Dirty Dozen are strawberries, spinach, kale, nectarines, apples, grapes, peaches, cherries, pears, tomatoes, celery, and potatoes. And guess what? They added 4 additional fruits and vegetables that definitely need to be on the Dirty Dozen list that you want to buy organic or get from a farmer not sprayed. And they're sweet bell peppers, cherry tomatoes, lettuce, cucumbers, blueberries, and hot peppers. It's easier to say the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15, but now we're at 16 that are dirty and just 15 that are clean. Now, the Clean 15, you don't need to worry about getting these organic. They're avocados and corn, but be careful with corn because one of the biggest things in corn is that you want to know that it is non-GMO. Pineapple, onions, papaya, frozen sweet peas, eggplants, asparagus, cauliflower, cantaloupe, broccoli, mushrooms, cabbage, honeydew melon, and kiwi. You know what? There's just never been a time that it was as important as it is today to be giving our bodies the right nutrition and fuel. And I want to talk with you about this because it can be pretty expensive. For example, blueberries are a great source of antioxidants, and berries have all kinds of properties that show that they're antiviral and anti-cancerous and all of this. But when you look at blueberries, a serving of blueberries is a little over an ounce, and it only has about, I think the ORAC on that is 1,075. Well, when you buy organic blueberries at your grocery store and they come in the pint, there's 6 ounces. and they're $4.99. So if you were going to get your 5,000 ORAC from the blueberries, you would spend over $4 for those blueberries. And if you needed to do that, and say you have two children and a husband, just in your blueberries, you have spent $16 getting your ORAC for that day. Well, I want to introduce you to the company that I partner with. It's a research and development company that's been around for 45 years. They're called Nikin, and we've developed a global wellness community around the world. And one of the things I love about it is they help me help others stay well. And they do it very affordably. And last week, we launched or relaunched a product called Ciaga, and it's a whole food juice supplement. There's nothing about it that's not natural. Because remember, I told you that you want to be sure you get your antioxidants in a natural way. And it's called Ciaga, and I've got it here. And Ciaga is made of the Mackay berry from Chile. It's got elderberry, it's got blueberry, it's got blackberry and raspberry. Elderberry is also great for the flu, and there's research on that. And all of these berries are antiviral, antibacterial, and we need them now. Now, the difference is that one serving of this has an ORAC of 5,000, and you just mix it in with, I use PyMag water, living alkaline water, and we mix it in, and I'm going to show you. It's a tiny little scoop, and it tastes so good. You see it? It's just very small. And I'm going to put it, and I put it in a pretty glass because I like pretty glasses. And I thought it would be a great way to show you. And you see when I stir this up, it goes right into solution. And look how rich that purple color is. It doesn't have any artificial sweeteners. It is actually sweetened with monk fruit, which itself is an antioxidant and doesn't raise blood sugar. And it's got a great taste. I will tell you, the only problem you'll have with your kids is they'll want to do more than their 1 to 2 ounces a day. So this is a great way. Now, I talked to you about the fact that with the blueberries, it was going to cost you over $4 to get that. One serving of this is only $1.22, and you've gotten all of the fruits that you need for the day. You've gotten it organically. So instead of spending over $16 for a family of 4, you get to spend a little over $4. It is also certified vegan. It has no artificial colors, no pesticides, no herbs. It's non-GMO. It's USDA organic, and it's going to help you neutralize those free radicals. You know, it's really important right now. We've got to think about how we protect people across the lifespan. There's some new something out there with kids now, and they don't know if that's a part of COVID or not. We're just trying to figure out. And then there are people that are over 65, and they're in a high risk. You know, this is great to boost everyone's immune system. So if you would like a sample, if you will go to Wellness Solutions Today on Facebook and message me, I will contact you and I'll get your address, and I will send you a free sample of this so you can learn and taste it and see exactly how it makes you feel. And maybe it's something else to put in the toolbox for your family. I'll also be happy to set up a 30-minute wellness assessment for you if you are looking to create a plan to stay healthy in this COVID time and, you know, beyond, because we're going to be really, this is going to be a problem until we get an immunization. And there is no diagnosis, treatment, and there's no cure. All I'm going to do is help you come up with a plan that shows how you're able to stay as healthy as you can. You can also visit my website, which is https://www.wellnesssolutionstoday. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope my hints will help you keep those you love across the lifespan healthy, and be well. And I'll see you back next Thursday at 1.